The Cottonwood County Citizen proudly presents Athlete of the Week.
DeFreeze Collision Center. We don't have to meet by accident. Paint, body, collision, and glass. We're repairing them to make them last. High-tech, state-of-the-art body work for you. Our professional team will have you looking like new. Call 831-4121. 831-4121. DeFreeze Collision Center. We don't have to meet by accident.
I'm joined right now by Wyndham Jr. Dylan Serreyn, our Athlete of the Week this week. Congratulations, Dylan.
Thank you.
Let's go back to last Tuesday's meet in Marshall, and you're a first-year track athlete, and I imagine in a lot of ways you're just trying to figure out what you're capable of doing on the track. Marshall, that meet had a lot of good competition, and you ended up taking first in 3 jumps and I think second in the 400. Just starting to kind of scratch the surface on things. That's got to be pretty cool for you.
Yeah, everything went pretty well for me that day. My jumping felt good. It's a new sport. It's a lot going on. There's a lot of people, a lot of different events happening at the same time, but I actually like it a lot more than I thought I would. So.
And a lot of those jumps, the high jump and the long and triple jump, really seem custom built for a guy with your frame.
Yeah.
Tell me about just what it's been like to learn the technique, because I imagine that in a lot of ways it's still kind of new for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of technique in all of it. Triple jump especially, you have to put together 3 different jumps, and getting all the footing right for that is pretty difficult. But yeah, there's a lot of technique involved in all of it.
Long jump, it seems pretty basic. It's just speed and power to hit the board.
Yeah.
And then, just proper technique when you land. But high jump is tough. And granted, when you're 6'5", it helps, but just getting everything down is difficult. What's that been like for you?
Well, for our practice, we mostly run and sprint anyway. Our jumping practice is usually taken up like the last 10 minutes of practice, so we don't actually get too much time to practice it. But a lot of it is our seniors have been able to help me out a little bit, and our jumping coach, Mr. Carlson. So.
Mm-hmm. I think if I'm not mistaken, up at Marshall, you cleared 5'11". That's a pretty good height for somebody that's new to the sport.
Yep, 5'11" is my personal best. I'm hoping to clear 6 foot by tomorrow's meet. So.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can't remember if this happened at Marshall, but you hit 40 feet in the triple jump, and that's a pretty high caliber jump right off the bat, and I imagine that you and your coach have got to be pretty excited about just the potential that is there for growth, because you get that up to 42 feet. That's section medalist caliber right there.
Yeah, I'd say triple jump is probably the jump that I can most improve on. There's a lot of things that go into it, and there's 3 jumps, so you can improve on each one of those phases to get your jump a lot farther.
Mm-hmm. I imagine that the speed before you hit the board is probably one of the big factors, but like you said, each jump you're working on something different. Getting maximum power out of each of those jumps is really important, but the speed going into it is what causes that.
Yeah, speed is really important for triple jump because you're losing a lot of momentum for each of your jumps, and the more horizontal momentum that you have by the end of it determines how far you go. So if you're jumping 3 times in a row, you want to be as fast as you can be.
Now, I know that you're involved in 3 sports, but you're also a robotics guy, and some a robotics, there's a lot of math and physics involved, and I imagine that you can really apply that to especially triple jump.
Yeah.
Tell me how that has helped.
Well, it's a lot of just being able to realize what you're doing wrong rather than having somebody else tell you, because if you can feel that you're doing something wrong and be able to fix it, that's going to help you understand what you have to do.
Mm-hmm. On the track, you've mainly run the 400 this year, and put up some very respectable times. Have they worked you in any other events? Trying hey, let's do a 200, or maybe an 800 might be a little bit long, but 400 seems like a good fit.
Yeah, I like the 400, but the meet that we have tomorrow, I'm not doing long jump, and I'm going to be doing the 4x400 relay and the 4x200 relay. So
Okay.
we're trying that out tomorrow.
Okay. Looking ahead, you guys go to Slayton tomorrow. You see some different competition. Monday, you guys are back at home, seeing a couple of Red Rock Conference teams that are in the section. I imagine, yes, there's a lot you can learn from all these meets against Big South teams, but ultimately, it's teams like MCC and Adrian and Heron Lake and Mountain Lake that are teams that you guys are going to have to see come subsection time.
Right.
Monday's pretty valuable.
Yeah. I'm not sure all of the teams that are in the Mondays meet, but I'm just glad that Worthington's finally not in one.
Yeah.
Worthington's been in almost all of our meets so far, and they've got a really good triple jumper, so. It's got to be winning Laverne in basketball. That last Laverne game of this season, our playoff game. Everybody was so happy. Our whole team. It was really memorable moment. I listen to just about everything besides country. Right now, there's a musician called Shaky Graves. He's kind of like a folk musician, but I listen to pretty much everything. St. Peter for track, they have by far the fastest athletes we've seen. That's for track, and for basketball, probably Marshall. The tall guy with the big afro. Robotics, we like to play spike ball with a couple of my friends, and we go bowling pretty often.
Well, that should be all we need. Congratulations on a big meet last week. Best of luck the rest of the way. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
To Freeze Collision Center, we don't have to meet by accident.